Gospel according to St. Luke chapter 5. There's the word we desire to lift up on today. Luke chapter 5. I want to begin reading at verse 36 and conclude at verse 39. South Australia gave me 15 minutes.
You can do it, Pastor.
I'm going to do part 2 and 3 on tomorrow. Y'all, you go on back to your church. South Australia, don't worry, we're going to get the rest of this on tomorrow. Amen. Verse 36, and he spake also a parable unto them. No man rendeth a piece from a new garment and put it upon an old garment. Else he will rend the new, and also the piece from the new will not agree with the old. And no man putteth new wine into old wineskins, else the new wine will burst the skins, and itself will be spilled, and the skins will perish. But new wine must be put into fresh wineskins. And no man, having drunk old wine, desireth new. For he said, the old is better. God bless you. You may be seated. Thank you for standing. Finally, as I somewhat cut across the field on tonight, there are 3 things that I want to make sure that I give to you that I agree with what God has said already in this place. And there are 3 things that we will need in this new year. I understand that it's something about December 31st with the people of God that we always believe that the next year is going to be the best year. We have great anticipation for God to do things in our lives that God has said in the previous year. Family, many of times we find ourselves desiring God to move in the upcoming year, but we are not prepared to receive what God can and will release. Family, a lot of times we end a year not only looking forward, but sometimes we look back and we wonder, why didn't God do the things that God so promised that he would do? And family, I've discovered from this text there are 3 things that we need in the new year if we really want the new things of God. Number 1, the first thing that we need is new clothes. Got to have new clothes. I'm not talking about the natural, even though some of your wardrobes could use a makeover. But I am talking about spiritually and figuratively, we need new clothes. The second thing that we need is new containers. According to the text teaches us that we need also new containers. And then finally, the last thing that we need in this new year, if we really want to receive the things of God, according to the text, we also need a new concept. I'm not going to spend much time on the new clothes, but what the text actually says is that God will not, because people will not just take a piece of a new garment and attach it to an old garment. He said, no, I'm not going to actually waste this new piece of cloth on some old clothes, because after a period of time it will actually rend, and I basically should have and could have kept my new piece for some new clothes instead of wasting it on some old rags. I'll talk about that on tomorrow, South Austin. But family, to the rest of us, there are 2 things that I want to look at. Number 1, I want to look at the new container. Because what the text says is that God will not, he shares this parable, and he says people will not take new wine and pour it into old wineskins. He said, no. He said, what you need to do is, number 1, get some new wineskins. Get a new bottle, and then I will give you the new wine. Family, what I've discovered is that our God, He will not trust us with new contents until we have a new container. Because our old containers contain contaminants that contradicts His contents. And many a times we want God to give us more. But God say, I can't pour more into you because your container is filthy. You got a nasty container. How can I give you some of this holiness when you got all that hellishness in your container? I mean, come on, you and I don't do that. If we've been drinking one beverage, many of us will not just pour a new beverage. Now, I mean, if you hood, I understand. I'm hood. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes it don't matter to me. Sometimes I just mix it up. But most of the time, I say, no, I need to wash this cup out of the hole because I'm ready to pour in here a new beverage. And that's all God is trying to say. God is saying, I'm trying to give you the new stuff, but I can't give you the new stuff because you still holding on to the old stuff. I want to give you the new wine, but you still got that old wine still in that container. Now look at what God says. God does not say dump the contents out. No, God says chunk the contents and you just need a whole new container. That's what He actually said. Next said, I will give you new wine once you get a new container. Oh, Reverend, that is why God did not bless us the way that God wanted to bless us in 2011, because you had that old wineskin of 2009. No, I didn't say 10, I thought I said 9. The reality is God is saying get rid of the old container and now you can have new contents. What God would do is He will keep His new wine in reserve until we're ready to receive it. I understand we got a few Jabez's in this place. Some of us been praying, God enlarge my territory. Family, I understand that we want God to enlarge our tents, but God is saying what you need to pray is, God, increase my capacity.
Yes, sir.
Oh God, because some of us have filthy containers. The rest of us just got small containers. I don't know about you. Every time I go get me something to drink, I don't know when the last time I had a small cup of anything. No, every time I go, and all they gotta ask me is that one question: do you want a supersize? Oh, yes, sir. I do want a supersize. I can't handle that little old medium that you're gonna try to give me filled up with ice. No, I need you to give me an extra large. Give me the biggest cup you got. Matter of fact, can I bring my cup back there so I can get the amount that I really want to get? The reality is God is saying some of those containers are too small, but you want the major things of God. Your faith is too small, but you want the major things of God. God is saying if you really want more of what I have, you got to get rid of that nasty container, get rid of that little old bitty container, and say, God, enlarge my capacity that I can handle what you really want to deposit in my life. Now, family, I don't know who's in this place. The prophet already said we're not going to do making and cleaning, snapping and grabbing, appalling and hauling. We're not going to do that tonight. So family, I don't know what your thoughts was, but I'm not saying that this year needs to be a year for you to have a new car. I'm sorry, this is the wrong preaching, this is the wrong place. I'm not saying 2012 we need to be claiming new clothes. 2012 you need to be claiming a new job. No, family, that's a little old bitty container. But I wish I had somebody that said, you know what, I need a larger container because I need to handle the precious and the powerful contents that only come from God. Is there anybody in here that say, Reverend, no, they can keep the new car. I'm trying to get a new anointing. No, you can keep all of that stuff. I'm trying to get more power. I'm trying to get supernatural power. Oh God in heaven, I'm trying to get power so I can call those things that be not as though they were. I'm trying to get some more stuff, Reverend. shift and shake the atmosphere. That's the anointing that I need. I don't need just another blessing. No, I need some breakthroughs. Not only for me, but go on and bless everybody around me. I want that anointing. That way I lay hands and they recover. But I need that anointing without my shadow is actually bringing forth healing. Is there anybody in here that say I need a new container because I got to get some new contents? Not only do we need a new container, but the last thing that the text would teach us that we need a new concept. Because verse 39 concludes, and Jesus says that most people don't even get the new wine because they say the old wine is better. You want to know what's crazy about that statement? Is that they're actually basing that statement without even trying the new wine. God didn't help her. I wanted to talk about the people in verse 39, but I said, God, I was one of them one time when I thought that what they did didn't make sense until I got a sip of the new wine. I don't know who's in this place. I thought I was in South Austin on Sunday morning. And if it was, I kind of said like this. Some of y'all know how it was. You that can really drink. You didn't start off with a whole lot of liquor. All it started was just a little sip. I know we ain't got no weed smokers in here, but can I go get my little testimony? No, but you didn't. I got this recorded. My cousin that used to get high. Preacher. My cousin that used to get blowed all the time. He didn't start off smoking blunts and smoking through bars. No, it started with a little joint, and only was a. Okay, why y'all looking like y'all know what I'm talking about? The biggest weed head started with just a little hit. The biggest weed head started with a doobie. But God is saying, all I need you to do is try just a little bit. And when you try just a little bit, you'll say, I'm 86 in that old wine. I need the new wine. I don't need it just on Sunday mornings. I need it every day. I don't need it when I just go to church. I need it when I'm at home. I don't just need it in his house. I need it in my house. Is there anybody here that say, give me the new wine? I gotta have a new concept. I think my time is up because what he says is that you gotta have a new concept. You can't say that the old was better. You can't even say that the old was good. No, family, you gotta realize that the God that we serve, he always saves and uses the best for last. I hear the word say that no good thing will he withhold from them that walk uprightly. I hear the word saying that the glory of the latter house shall be greater than the glory of the former house. I hear the word saying better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. I wish the governor of the feast was here, because he said that we ran out of wine in Cana. The Bible says that he finally received what he needed from the Lord. And when he received and tried the next wine, he found out that was the best wine. I found out, family, that I still believe that the best years are yet to come. I declare on today that eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, and haven't even entered into our hearts and minds the things that God has prepared for them that love him. But I hear what verse 10 says. Verse 10 says that he has revealed them by his spirit. So if I'm talking to anybody that heard something from the Lord, I understand that we can't always pinpoint everything that God is getting ready to do. But is there anybody here that can say, but I believe that God is getting ready to do something in my 2012? Thank you, Lord, for what you did in 2011. Thank you, Lord, for what you did in 2010. But is there anybody here that heard what God wanted to do in 2012? I don't know about you. That man said that I don't want the new wine, that I want the old wine. And I'm not trying to talk about nobody, nor am I trying to talk about a song, but in the life that we live, I do not need the old time religion. I understand that it was good for my dear mother. I understand that it was good for my dear daddy. I understand, but I don't need the old time religion. But what I need is the end time relationship. Is there anybody here that say you can have your old time religion? I need the end time relationship. What are you talking about, Reverend? I'm talking about you gotta have that relationship whereby get rid of the old stuff and let the Lord let him do what he wanna do. I'm talking about that Joel kind of stuff where my sons and my daughters will begin to prophesy. I'm talking about the end time relationship where young men will see visions and old men will see dreams. I'm talking about the end time relationship whereby we're moving not by what the board says, but we're moving by what the Spirit says. Is there anybody here that know that when you have a real relationship, then you can get rid of the old wine and you can grab hold of the new wine? That's why the Bible says, he says, come ye out from among them and be ye separate. I understand that you can't be like everybody else. I understand you can't be like every other preacher. Your church cannot be like every other church. You missionary can't be like every other missionary. You brother deacon, you can't be like the other deacons. You showed up believer, you can't be like the other believers. You gotta let the Lord let him do what he wanna do in your life. When you come out, the Bible says, he said, then I will claim you, then I will be your father. I'm out of here, y'all. But when I looked at the text, he said, come out and I will claim you as my sons and daughters. And it rocked me, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Because he said that I will be a father to you. And when I looked at the text, I said that if I be different, that he will be my father. And what blew my mind is that I thought about me as a father. When it comes to kids, I have a heart that I will give if I am willing to. I will give anything to a child in need. But I also understood, but I won't give anything, but I will give everything to Victoria and Trey because they're my child. Is there anybody here that say, I don't just need you to be the Father of all mercies and the Father of all grace? I don't just need you to be the father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. What I need to be my dad.